This session explores the end of specialness and how forgiveness awakens the mind. Drawing on A Course in Miracles, we will examine how the belief in being special sustains separation and how a disciplined practice of forgiveness restores a shared, unified reality. Here we introduce the core illusion: separation from our source. The mind split into two systems, the ego and the Holy Spirit. The ego generates fragmentation and specialness. The Holy Spirit maintains unity and shared reality. Our work is to recognize this split and choose the thought system that leads back to wholeness. The ego's strategy is specialness, wanting to be different, better, or worse than others. In doing so, we trade our true magnitude, limitless, shared, and equal, for a small, isolated identity. Understanding this trade is essential. Whenever we seek special status, we are actually choosing littleness. Specialness operates through what A Course in Miracles calls the special relationship. These are transactional bonds built on mutual guilt, hidden bargains, and sacrifice. We seek fulfillment but do not find it, because the relationship is organized around trading needs, not extending genuine, unconditional love. Specialness depends on past guilt. Instead of seeing the person in front of us, we react to shadow figures from our history. Old pain is projected onto current relationships, justifying future attack. Healing begins when we recognize these projections as unreal and stop letting the past define the present. The mind ultimately chooses between two thought systems and two kinds of relationships. Special relationships are ego-driven, rooted in past and future, demanding sacrifice and reinforcing guilt. Holy relationships are guided by the Holy Spirit, grounded in the present, seeking equality and extending forgiveness and healing. A shift in purpose begins when we consciously hand any relationship over to the Holy Spirit. Outwardly, little may change, but the goal transforms, from separation and self-protection to healing and shared benefit. This is the power of decision. We repurpose the relationship toward a holy goal. Forgiveness requires stepping out of time-bound thinking. The holy instant is a moment in which we release past and future and meet another without history or judgment. It is a vertical drop into eternity, where specialness falls away and only the truth of our shared identity remains. We now redefine forgiveness. Conventional forgiveness treats the error as real and subtly elevates the forgiver. True forgiveness recognizes that the perceived sin was an illusion. To forgive is to overlook the error in form and acknowledge the underlying innocence and unchanging content of the other. Forgiveness ends specialness by affirming that your brother is exactly like you. Minds are joined, bodies are not. When we accept total equality and shared guiltlessness, the ego's need to be separate and superior cannot survive. Separation dissolves, and we return to a shared, unified reality. The ego claims that releasing specialness is a painful sacrifice of uniqueness. The Holy Spirit teaches that giving up an illusion costs nothing and gains everything. On one side are the ego's gifts, pain, isolation, and guilt. On the other is God's treasure, peace, communion, and infinite shared reality. We cannot free ourselves while holding others guilty. Projection imprisons both parties behind the same bars. The vision of guiltlessness, by contrast, sees our brother as innocent. This shift in perception is what unlocks the cage for both of us. Forgiveness becomes a shared liberation. Forgiveness draws us into the circle of atonement. As we extend forgiveness, we invite others into a shared space of peace, communion, and ultimately, heaven. No one is excluded. Therefore, no one is special. Shared reality expands each time we choose to include rather than separate. We conclude with a guiding principle. Only what is good truly works. Our role is to teach only love in thought and action because that is our real nature. When we consistently choose love over specialness, we align with our purpose and support healing in every relationship.